Welcome, Tom.
Hey, homos.
Well, his mic's not on, but he did address us properly.
Yes, he did.
Is Tom's mic on?
Is it on now?
Nope.
No.
It sounds like, yeah, it is.
Okay.
Is it?
There
Now
it
it
is.
is.
Oh, now he was right though.
He wasn't the
It
first
wasn't
time
at
he
first.
was
You
right.
could feel that when you're talking to a dead mic.
I could. Yeah, you can definitely sense
Humiliating.
It.
Yeah.
It's so humiliating. Feels
Right.
like you didn't want me here.
Do you want to address us again? Like this greeting again?
Hey, homos.
There it is.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
What's going on,
Good to
buddy?
see you.
So you've kept the weight. How much did you lose total?
Like 50,
And you've kept it all off.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, probably fluctuate.
Now,
2 pounds here and there, but
at
for
this
the most
point,
part.
how much of it is to be healthy and how much of it is to spite Bert Kreischer?
Ah, man. I mean, having the kid, having kids definitely. There is that thing. You're like, I gotta be alive.
Yeah.
Oh,
These
yeah.
guys, you know?
Yeah.
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 You know what I mean?
But also,
But he is getting fatter.
Is he?
And that does feel.
Is
good.
Bert fattening up again?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Bert's got kids too, though. He doesn't want to stay alive for them.
We're different.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, you care more, and
Yeah.
Bert likes to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes to drink too.
Oh, he
Bert.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
does.
wouldn't.
He
I
loves to
wouldn't
drink.
leave that part out.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Oh, is
does
he back
like
to
drink.
drinking?
Oh, yeah. We had sober October
I remember
last
that.
year, which for all of us was like, okay, 30 days,
Mm-hmm.
not a challenge, and he was like sweating out,
was
rocking back,
white knuckling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't comfortable for him?
I don't think so. I mean, he would be like, it's not a big deal, but then he would salivate as the end of the month was coming closer.
Right.
So, yeah.
And October was a long time ago at this point.
Yeah.
Like, there's,
And
there's a lot.
he did partake.
Now he does. I will say this: he is a wonder in the sense that, he was telling us I could definitely run a marathon, to whatever. He would just throw that out there, and we were like, no, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
People train a long time to run marathon. I could do it. And we're like, dude, you're disgusting, and you're not like. And
You
then-
told him.
Of course.
Yeah.
And you're not going to do that. And then he called me in, what was it, in April. I'm going to do the LA Marathon next weekend. I go, you're going to do the LA Marathon? Yeah. And we're like, okay. And we were all chatting behind his back. Like, he's going to die. He's going to get hurt. He fucking did it.
Were you guys
Did
worried?
he finish it in one shot?
He finished it
Wow.
5:33, which is like a 12.5-minute average.
That's a great time
For like
for not doing that.
For an obese alcoholic?
yeah. And then the best is that, so I saw him like a month later. I'm like, damn, he looks big. So I'm like, dude, what's up? And he was like, I just gave myself a lot of permission after I ran that marathon. I'm like, yeah, the calories don't keep burning for months. It's like that
Right.
day, He's like, yeah, I've really gone overboard.
Right.
Since the the marathon is still what he will cite if you were to like put pasta in front of him right now.
But you're
like,
supposed to-
Yeah, I ran a marathon.
I could lose it whenever I want.
Yeah.
He's amazing, though. The fact that he can drink like he drinks and still function and not be a nasty drunk and then run. He's one
He's
of
a
those
great
guys.
drunk.
He'll
He's a
literally.
great drunk.
He's a great drunk. He'll literally live to be 95. He's one of those guys
Yeah.
that just his arteries are thick and big and healthy.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
is.
He'll either live to 95 or be dead within the month.
Yeah, we know which option
Yeah.
we're hoping for, but he'll probably get 95. But that is amazing to be able to do that. To be
Yeah,
able to run that.
it totally is, man.
Have you run a marathon?
Fuck no.
You're
And
not
I
gonna
also
do that.
have zero desire to, which I think is important. Because
Right.
when we talked about it, I was like, I like these we do challenges sometimes where I'm like, you have to have the desire. Like the weight loss thing, we both were like, yes, we want to do that.
Because on some level, it will better you guys. It's not
Yeah.
just for the sake of the challenge.
I hate running, dude. I'll do it, but I don't. It's like I don't want to do it for 26 miles.
Right.
Did you not like I'm so self-conscious about my gut. Like if I'm out and I eat like ice cream, like you fat fuck. Like
Yeah.
I can't not obsess over it. Do you obsess over it?
I obsess. I would say I think about my physique and shame myself at least every day.
Yeah.
And maybe multiple. Now I do have. It's one of those weird things where I've been working with a trainer for the last year a good bit, and I do multiple times a week, and I watch what I eat. And there's days where it's like I'll come from the gym, get in the shower, and looking in the mirror, I'm like, hey, you look pretty good. And then the weird thing is like the next day, in my head, the body has morphed.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, you look like a pile of shit today.
Yeah.
Like it was just fucking yesterday that you liked it.
That's
Yeah.
literally
I
body dysmorphia.
But
Yeah,
you eat, but no,
right.
it's usually you do something in between. It's
Yeah.
you'll eat. Oh no, I ate a ho-ho. I'm
Yeah.
a fat cunt.
Yeah.
You'll wind up eating something that you shouldn't eat, and you get fucked up. Does
Yeah.
your wife care though? I'm sure she doesn't care.
She was into me at my absolute fattest.
Right.
Yeah. But I always was like, you're just saying that to be nice.
Yeah, you always think women can
Yeah.
fuck us for different reasons. Like I could never
It's
fuck a
true.
woman who is horribly out of shape,
Yeah.
but they don't care.
Isn't that weird though? Like, and the biggest piece of shits that I've known as dudes that have like no fat girl policies were like the fattest, most disgusting guys I've ever seen. Like, in other words, guys who are like just horrendous masses of mashed potatoes would be like, no fat chicks, bro. I'm like, have you seen yourself?
Yeah.
Like, you're disgusting, man.
Right.
But then the flip side is that guy will end up like I've seen him with a really pretty girl. And I'm like,
Yeah. Confidence
What?
does
It's
a
the
lot.
attitude. The fact
Yeah.
that he won't fuck a fatty, they're like, wow, this guy's confident. Like that,
Yeah.
that same mentality is what helps him get good looking girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know. It's it definitely doesn't go the other way.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at
Unless you're famous. If you're a big famous fat lady, guys will fuck you.
Yeah.
Because you're a big famous fat lady. But if you're just a regular one,
Have you looked
find,
at any famous fat women that you'd be like, yeah, that's
No.
mine.
No.
That's my pick.
No.
Even if they're famous for you.
No, it's not
That
my
doesn't
thing.
get
off
your
the
dick
table.
hard at all.
Right.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's got to. I mean, there's guys out. I mean, I remember I had friends that I worked with who were like really attracted to really, really big women.
Well, we were
And I
just
was like,
They're probably afraid of being left. That's a fear of being abandoned or some shit. Or you just like to go fucking climb on somebody and just fucking plow away on a giant mommy figure.
yeah,
Just fucking stick your dick anywhere it winds up.
there are guys too who want it for their confidence.
It's crazy.
Right, like they want to date somebody who's less attractive than they are
Yeah.
because it'll make them feel more attractive. It's like when in high school when like the hot girls would always find ugly girls to hang out with so that they
Yes.
would look hotter.
that's right.
Right, like that's the thing. Like we were talking to Moshe Kasher yesterday, and he was saying that like before he was married, he would love fucking fat girls.
He loved it, yeah.
He loved it. I can remember having dinner with him 8 years ago, and he was like, and him bringing out, he's like, "You ever fuck fat chicks?" And I'm like, "No." It's like you never want to just get like throw a bone to like an ugly fat girl, and I'm like, "I never did."
Wow. I think Natasha said he wants to be like the hero or something like that. She was
Right.
saying like there was a reason for that.
See, that makes sense. The psychological part always adds up.
Yeah.
You always look at it like on the surface of like, well, why would you like this? You know, the person that looks like this. But then when you get to like the psychology of, oh, you're the one, you're the savior, you're doing the nice favor.
It's really weird. I mean, for me, maybe it's just because I'm just so basic. I'm just, like, I don't feel like there's any psychology. It's just like she's pretty. I like her, and that's
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? But
That's
then,
better. That's a better way to be.
But then you get into this other thing of like, yeah, well, he's got a hero complex and he's got a savior complex.
Yeah, but you're
and
just you're more stable.
I guess that's.
Could you could your dick get hard for somebody like that big? Maybe he's one of those guys that can fuck a rock and wouldn't care. I couldn't do it.
Right. No, I couldn't do it either.
I wouldn't be turned on. I would just be like, and then she probably wouldn't either. But couldn't.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Are you more self-conscious now that you're in shape because like, or were you more self-conscious before?
The worst. Here's the funny thing. Before I lost weight, the people like in public or on social media, I would say 1% of the time would bring up my weight and physique,
Right.
and now it is a constant.
So it's like you're almost now you're finding out that they all thought you were fat before.
Well, not only that, but now that they have like ongoing commentary about me now.
Oh,
So like every week our podcast, it's it's downloaded, but it's viewed on YouTube hundreds of thousands of times.
right.
And I mean, there's like a fucking whole threads of commentary. You gained weight, you lost weight, you look great, you look like shit.
Yeah.
it's
Now
just-
they're focusing on it because you talked about it a lot.
I guess
Right.
so, yeah. So
Right.
It doesn't go away.
So this whole thing that started with you making fun of Bert has really kind of blown up in your face a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it's good. The truth is like the only reason I mean, Bert and I even joked about it. I would bring up Bert, but I was obsessing about myself. It was just
Right.
fun to throw it on a friend. But,
Right.
yeah, I was obsessed with it about myself.
Yeah.
How much does he put back on? I haven't seen him.
I don't know. He looks like dog shit, but he. I'll show you a picture of him.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
from like.
Is it a flattering photo?
Absolutely, I think you'll really like this one. Yeah, this is him from a week ago, and whew.
Not good. Not good.
This is him on stage in I don't know. I think it might be like Zanies or something.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh, yeah,
boy.
he's just as fat as he's ever been.
Yeah, he looks fatter even.
And yeah, here's the issue now. I feel like he's lost weight, right?
Why is
and
he
then,
taking his shirt off?
but now that he's gained weight,
Come on.
It used to be like he was an in shape guy with a big belly.
Yeah.
Now it's just like fat and flab.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's
My
almost
favorite thing is that he shot another special, earlier this year, shirtless.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one was shirtless.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, you realize now, like when this one comes out, you will be known as the shirt. Like you have multiple shirtless specials.
Right.
Therefore, you definitely like the audience that will be coming to see you is going to be like,
Take
you
that
got to
shirt
do
off,
it.
yeah.
And now that's going to extend into your later years. So now, like, as you age and you really fall apart,
Right.
they're going to be like, dude, take your fucking shirt
Right.
off.
Oh, the big baloney tits like he's in the fucking bridges of Madison County.
Yeah. I can't wait.
And the issue becomes that if he doesn't take his shirt off, then he's going to be like a fat kid in the swimming pool, and it's going to be even more conspicuous that his shirt. He's going to look even fatter with a shirt on.
Definitely.
Because you're gonna notice the titties and everything coming through
Of course.
it.
Yeah,
Right.
he'll have that like that fucking in Boogie Nights. Philip Seymour Hoffman with that little shirt hugged his dumb stomach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my favorite shirt
I know.
ever.
It's so like
Perfect.
You see, like it's almost like a little toddler belly.
Yeah. It's like a baby shirt. It's
Yeah.
it's a perfect bit of costuming in that movie.
Yeah.
With his fat stomach.
So I saw on your Instagram that you were led astray via haircut.
The fuck.
I mean, it was the funniest thing I ever saw.
I get, as this has thinned,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do any maintenance. I just want to be like, I'll just take it down.
Sure.
So I would go to this guy to cut my hair, and when it was a little bit longer, and he would spend. And he's brilliant. He'd spend an hour doing this shit, and it would always look good. And then it's like, with our schedule with traveling, you can't fucking always make time. So sometimes he would come to my house and do it. And then one day I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot. Like, just buy clippers.
Right.
Yeah.
This is easy, and do it myself, right? So I did a movie a month ago because I always buy like the wrong clippers. I feel like they last a fuck. And I asked like the hair and makeup, what's the best clippers? And the guy was like, get this. I think Oster 76.
Yep.
Old school, big thing. He's like, that's what you should get. I buy it. I'm super stoked. I feel like I'm doing a project. Like I'm getting involved with like, like I'm building a deck on my house.
Exactly.
Or something. It's
Yeah.
such a simple thing, but I get all excited about it. I threw the guard. I went with like a 1.5 guard. Throw it down, and then of course you can't see the back of your head.
Sure.
So I just walk into my bedroom and I'll go up to Christina, my wife, and I said, "How's the back look?" She's like, "Oh, over here you missed a strip." I'm like, "Great." I do that again. Then I do the neck, and I'm like, "How about now?" She's like, "Looks great." Then I go out. I do 2 shows at the store. I go out to dinner. I mean, 3 days later, I go to see my I go to the gym.
Yeah.
And as I put my stuff in this lockbox, he goes, "Who the fuck cut your hair?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "What did you do? Who did that?" And I was like, "I did it." He was like, "Have you seen it?" And I'm like, "No." He takes a picture. I'm like, "Holy shit! It looks like some fucking epileptic cut my hair."
It's
like-
awesome. It's this like choppy diagonal line up the back of his head.
Did she see it and just not tell you?
She was like, I didn't notice it. You showed me in a dark room. And I'm like,
You got to do it a certain. I do it myself for
Was she
years.
lying,
You
or
got to
did
run
she-
your hands behind it, and you learn to feel the texture. You could see if any is higher. It's all you'll learn to do.
what about
it.
your neckline?
I don't. I just do my neck with a razor.
Yeah,
that
all
takes
right.
me 10 seconds.
Plus, I mean, like if you look at Jim's head structure, he doesn't really have a neckline. It's just the kind of all neck that goes up to the
Yeah,
top of his head.
it really
yeah.
is.
You know
It's
what I
like
mean?
shaving a thumb.
Shit.
So do you believe her, or did she lead you astray?
She,
Because it kind of feels to me
I
like
believe her. I believe her because her reaction was like, she got so blasted on that Instagram post.
Yeah.
And people were like laughing and saying that she was like, I swear to God. I mean, I don't know.
But even like you share a bed, you're turned over. She didn't notice the back of your neck is all fucked up.
I guess not.
You don't look at the back of your husband's head, probably. It's very rare that
yeah.
you do that, right?
Yeah, probably
I
not.
guess, but like you walk together.
He sure as shit noticed it in the first 5 seconds that I saw this guy.
Did you feel silly?
Of course.
Did you then
I
start-
couldn't stop thinking about it that whole workout.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we're sitting there, he's like, "Do fucking deadlifts," and I'm like, he's like, "What?" I go, "I just can't stop thinking about the back of my fucking head right now because it looks so dumb."
Right, because you want to go home and fix
Right
it.
then,
Right
yeah,
then.
yeah.
But and then as you're thinking about the fact that your head looks so stupid, are you thinking to yourself like, oh my God, it's been this way for 3 days everywhere I've gone.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I started thinking about the other comics, so I'm sure somebody had to have thought something. I mean, I don't know if you can see it from
You
there.
see it?
Yeah, it's not good.
It's very,
Yeah.
very bad.
Yeah.
Very, very bad.
We've all had that, though, but I can usually feel it. You learn after a while just to run your hand back, and you'll get the feel of it. I love cutting my own hair. It's fucking awesome. Would you ever dye your beard, or you don't give a shit?
No, they did it for that movie, and I thought it looked so hilarious. But probably because it was such a departure from
Right.
what I'm used to. I love the terminology. They would say like the first day, they're like, hey, we're gonna knock down your beard. And I go, you're gonna what? Like, we're gonna knock it down. So what the fuck does that mean? Like, we're gonna age you down? I was like, age me? Oh.
Diet.
Yeah, I'm like.
But are you
okay.
trying to figure out if age me
didn't know-
down? Does that mean older or younger? Or what?
Yeah, I just didn't know what knock it down and age you down means.
Yeah.
They say make you look younger. They don't even want to use the word old or
Yeah,
young.
yeah, exactly.
We're
It
gonna
was all this
offend
like
you.
soft language around saying
Yeah.
like you look too old.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna knock it down. We're gonna age you down.
yeah, I was like, okay. And basically, I guess dyeing would have made it like last much longer. So every day they would put fake tattoo ink in my beard, and it just looked, it just looked fully dark.
Yeah, and then
Did you like how it looked or no?
I mean, it looked, you definitely notably, I would say 10 years younger. So it's like, oh, cool. But I mean, I can't see myself.
Plus, the
dying
people around you are like,
No.
"What is Tom doing? He's walking around like we know he's a terribly dyed beard. Like,
I know.
Like there's no."
It looked silly. But I mean, I think, I know I look younger when I shave and when I trim it. Like the bigger it gets, the more the gray shows and definitely looks older. So I feel like if I was really self-conscious about looking older, I would just trim it. shave
Yeah,
it,
you would just get rid of it. Do bears like you?
Love. And every time like a special comes out, when you get kind of like a flood of messages, I'll open messages on my phone and it'll be like, I love when somebody just tags their affection or attraction to you. So they'll be like, saw your special, loved it, hilarious, can't wait to see you. Doesn't hurt that you're sexy either. And you're like, God damn it, dude. Like
I've never
it's
read
always-
that. Never seen that message.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
So-
I'd be flattered if I ever got that. Like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
all right.
No, of course. You're just like, yeah, thanks, man.
But you're like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just be a fan of the comedy. That's
Yeah,
what
you
I'm,
don't have
Does
that's
it
what I'm
bother you
doing.
when you're on stage that like, there's about probably 30% of the men that want to suck your dick in the back and eat your ass?
I kind of like it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean,
Yeah.
even actually getting a compliment, like any compliment, it's the thing. It never
You're right.
upsets. You always are like, well, thanks, man. I mean,
Right.
Anybody, I've told this story many times, and it's a true story years ago where a guy looked at my dick in the urinal, old guy on the way home from Rascal South. I didn't even know guys really cruise the urinals. And probably 1992. And he looked at my dick and he goes, ooh, that's quite a pretty one. And I was so...
He was the Colonel from Boogie Nights.
Yes, it really had that vibe in it. He had that like soft, like...
May I see it?
And I'm like, thank you. And he goes, would you like to have it sucked? And I was like, no, I just left. It freaked me out. But I did say
Wow.
thank you when he first
He
said
said that?
Yeah, would you like to have it sucked? No.
Jesus. My friend told me he was at the gym where he lives showering, and that it was like one of those communal, showers. And they echo, the showers have like the tile. And he said a guy across the shower was like, oh, yeah. And he was like, I can't hear you. And repeated it. And my friend was like, I don't know what you're saying. The guy came up to him and goes, have you ever jerked off with another guy?
Wow.
And my friend was just like, no. He was like, oh, all right, bro. Just putting it out there.
What a crazy thing to say to somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially like at a like you know that you're gonna see that guy.
You go to the same
later.
gym. Yeah.
It's like it wasn't a random
Right.
rest stop. It's
Right.
like,
Sure, but I never saw that guy again.
Yeah, but then this guy's gonna be like, all right, well, I'm doing lats tomorrow if you want to fucking.
You have to really like blowing guys if you meet a stranger at a urinal and it's a freshly pissed penis that you want to suck. Like you're just a stranger who's just pissing out of it.
Yeah,
And you're like, I'll suck it right now.
it really. I
At least it's like jerking off in the shower. It's like
Clean.
everything's clean.
clean, that's
Sure.
true.
Keeping hands to yourself.
It's not a new thing. It's not a new concept, but it never ceases to amaze me the extent to which men will go. Like we're so depraved. All the clips that we play on our show are usually just like sexual deviant, like twisted, but like guys who are just putting it out there.
Right.
Guys will you
Gay
never
or straight,
see,
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. No, a lot of them are straight. By
Right.
the way. A
Yeah.
lot of them are straight. But yeah, it's just guys. I mean, we have clips of these guys who are like just posting videos online who are like, I love pussy, and if you want to text me or call, like that's just. How, you think
Does
that's
it ever
gonna
work?
Well, that's what I'm dying to know. I mean, I play their stuff. I don't know if anyone ever follows up. These guys give out just phone numbers to the internet. Like, do you think a woman's gonna see you and be like, he likes pussy?
Then again, the Craigslist personals, that used to work. I know
Really?
girls that were on it. Yeah, a girl I knew, we stopped fucking a long time ago, and she would update me on her sex life, and she would show me videos of guys she met. She'd be like, "Look at this one I'm fucking," and the guy had a 10-inch dick. She's like, "I met him on the personals." Or I met him on this website. Like, there are real women that go on these sites. It's crazy. I would never have known if a friend of mine didn't show me.
Yeah.
I go, oh my God, that really does happen.
I guess, I don't know, I'm so removed from that I always imagine that women, your average woman would be like, what?
It's terrifying.
But women, a lot of them are. I always assume it's a troll. There's been so many times, like for women, for me to get like a woman and know she's a woman, they have to send me. I've had women send me a picture of their pussy and then go, "Hey," with my name next to it, or "Hi, Jim." Then I kind of know, but I always assume I'm being trolled. So like, how would you not think you're being trolled in a personals ad?
Sure.
Or on a fucking FetLife or whatever?
Where do you get most of your, just like a woman reaching out to you? Is it like Twitter or?
Instagram. Or Twitter at one point it was, or a lot of email because my email's public.
It's easier to DM on Instagram, though.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, it might get lost in that folder, but you can still send the message.
You don't have to be following someone to DM them on Instagram.
Oh, right. And then do you have, is it exciting then, like every road date, do you just go like, we'll see what happens in this
have, yeah. I mean, again, as you get older, I don't know how old, I'm 49, so like you start getting older, you're like, it's not, but it's not for any reasons. It's like I just got bored doing this same shit. Like, what am I doing? Sitting around hoping. Yeah. And then there's too many people that get attached for the wrong reasons, or you start to realize like I haven't had a real maniac in a while. I'm due. And that gets scary. Oh, like you know what I mean? I haven't had a fucking kook.
You're on a string of good luck.
Yeah, man.
And we know this ends.
It ends sooner or later, and I'm like, I don't need it at this point, and I'm not horny enough to risk it anymore.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? I don't need some girl fucking me in the hotel and then fucking being, you just used me? Shut up.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Christ, I've been a public pervert for fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
And you're shocked that I just wanted to put cum on you?
That's why you messaged me, right?
That's why you messaged me. You sent me a picture of your vagina. What do you think I was going to do?
Yeah, you sent a picture of your vagina with a Post-it that had my name on it next to it.
But there's nothing hotter than getting a fucking meaty pussy picture.
Yeah, sure.
Oof.
You like that?
Oh, boy. Fuck yes. I got a lot of them. Right by her pussy, she put my name.
Jeez.
How long have you been married for?
10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Now, so you were pretty young when you were in that relationship. So did you ever go through a wild phase like where you were doing stuff like this?
No, because I also wasn't like, I had started working as a comic when I was already, dating and then engaged. So I didn't, I had a few, but like that was before stand-up or anything, just being.
You met her before stand-up or no?
No. I met her, we both met as like open micers basically.
Oh, okay.
And then we were friends and then, dated later. But I'm saying my time of being single and throwing it around were even before that.
So do you like hear Jim's stories and kind of just live vicariously through them like that's hilarious? Or is there any part of you that's like, oh, you know what? I missed that phase and as I'm becoming more and more.
A guy wanted to blow me in a rest area, and I got stalkers. That's not exactly a great story.
But I love, you find that people and comics especially have like windows of amusement, things they like. Like you can say shit fart to somebody, and they're just like excited by it. They laugh, or they're like, not really my right. And it's like for me, sex stories. Anything sexual in nature is always either intriguing or funny or interesting. So yeah.
There's very rarely
I can listen
a bad
to stories
story.
I can listen to stories all day.
So it's not even like you're listening like, oh, that must be nice. It's just like, that's really interesting.
Yeah,
totally,
yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'll watch every sex documentary. Anything in that world. That stuff always I find interesting.
Yeah, it is fun to hear. I like a bad sex story.
Oh,
is
man.
nothing better.
Right.
I love when my single friends that are out there messing around have come home with I gotta tell you about this chick. I'm always like, tell me all about it. Yeah.
Right.
It's fun to hear.
It is.
Whether it's good or bad, but I prefer if it's bad. Like if there's, I was about to fuck her and she fucking puked off the bed. You're like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, this is amazing.
That's what I want to hear.
It's like, you know what it is? It's like there's nothing. I never get tired of like human behavior and what people will do.
Because sexuality is like. You should be not when you're trying to get it, but once you're in there.
Yeah.
That's kind of when you're most honest.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Like that's really what you want and really what you like in the other person and the way you react to each other. And when it's just a disaster, that's a real disaster.
Are you still hooking up with that Dominican porn star?
I wasn't hooking up
Yeah,
with
you
Mary
said you
Jean.
were.
No.
With what?
Mary Jean?
Mary Jane, yeah.
Yeah, no, I wasn't
you
hooking
said
up
you
with
were.
her.
You guys did it.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
No.
He fucked her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just said you did.
Yeah, but Jim says all kinds of shit. No, I never had sex with Mary Jean.
All right.
How was it?
It didn't happen.
You didn't get a blowjob?
He told me it was good.
Yeah.
By the way, she's had more personal time with Jim than she has with me.
Yeah, but I never fucked her. I would tell you if I fucked her.
He definitely would.
I would too.
No, you
You're
wouldn't.
not.
I've been in a committed relationship since long before that.
Well, maybe you had a couple days off.
You think so?
Did Mary cook for you?
No, I don't know Mary outside the studio very well.
Have you had her on recently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have her on all the time.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
She
That's
texted
great.
me last night. Sam and I sent her a photo together as we were driving in the car.
That's
Yeah?
right.
She asked about Sam.
Oh.
And then she sent a photo back of her chest.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Jim to let her know that she may not realize that in the photo part of her nipple was exposed.
Yeah, Sam was
Oh.
very informative.
And
That is very-
I don't want her to be
Is
embarrassed.
she still
by
working?
that.
Does she still shoot?
She does porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she dances.
And she dances, but now she's also got a hair salon.
Oh.
And she like owns it's her salon.
It's her salon?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Good
she's
for her.
actually doing really well.
She is doing
Yeah,
well.
I forgot that.
Ever since Sam fucked her, things have turned around.
That's
I don't
awesome, man. You
specifically
got to take
remember
credit
that.
for that.
She
Why
said
are
it
you
was
putting
great.
that down?
Well, I didn't.
You fucked that girl.
She said it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the legend, that's the legend. But that's not the way it went down.
Are you a sensuous lover?
No.
No.
I'm.
It's like C-3PO when he fucks.
Yeah. Mechanical. We have goals here, and we'll get to them, and then we'll be finished with it.
Sam
Yeah.
is a pet kisser. I bet a pet.
I don't pet kiss.
Yeah, you do. You don't deep tongue kiss.
Well, I don't really. I mean, I've been.
Do you deep tongue kiss a lot?
Not a lot.
Would you ever let a girl spit in your mouth?
I don't think. No.
Rookie.
Yeah, that's real rookie shit.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Would you let a girl spit in your mouth?
Of course.
Oh, sorry, dude.
God.
Yeah.
What's up with this JV bullshit? you're doing,
Yeah.
man?
This is starting to feel like the cool kid at the table.
That's
yeah,
right.
I fucking
Yeah.
let girls spit in my mouth
Yeah.
all the time.
So listen, Cunningham, you don't let her. You don't let her. I like a good deep tongue kiss.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I forgot that you had met Mary Jean that time. That
Hilarious.
yeah. Tom was in studio. It was when we were doing the night show, and Tom was in, and then Mary Jean just kind of stumbled in like she tends to do late.
She might be tipping a few back. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
She was like, Sam's so hot.
yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, that was when I realized that Tom liked sex stories because it was one of those things where I was like, okay, I don't really know Tom that well yet.
Mm-hmm.
Either Tom's gonna get pissed because Mary Jean just takes over the room,
No, I was amused. So amused.
and then I was like, no, he completely loves it.
You didn't mind that she was chesty.
No, it didn't bother. I mean, I had to deal with it. But yeah, it was fine. It was fine. How long are you guys in town for?
We go. I'm leaving right after the show. I'm flying, and Sam leaves tomorrow.
You leave back to
to
New
New
York?
Yeah, and I'm on the red eye tomorrow.
Do you have a good trip here?
Amazing. I love it
Yeah?
out here. Yeah, it's always fun. I wish we were out here longer.
You do gigs?
No, I didn't this time because we came in and we just taped it. I didn't have time.
Yeah.
But if I want to come back next time for like a full Sunday to Saturday. This is the first time I've been out here all year. I didn't come much this year,
Yeah.
but I miss it. Like I just wanted to get out here.
Yeah, it's fun to do like a week here.
We see guys that we don't get to see a lot. Like I asked Rogan to come, but he's away. And the guys that we normally, Bill Burr will usually come on. Just guys that are not.
Yeah.
Plus, people are generally happy to see you because you're not here that often.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a happy interaction.
Do you bring a smile to Bill's face?
I've been told that. I mean, he wouldn't use those words, but I think that he wouldn't disagree with you.
Yes. Okay.
He wouldn't say it, but he'd have to acknowledge you were correct.
How long have you been out here for?
I've been out here 16 years.
You love it here?
I mean, it's home now.
Right.
So it's like
From where?
When I moved, I finished this. I was working in D.C. and I went to my parents' house in Florida. They live in Vero went there for like a month, and then I moved out here. So I was pretty much out of college.
Just for the
Wow.
business.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely certain I was going to be acting. I didn't come out here to do stand up.
So how long did it take you to get gigs out here as a stand-up?
Well, let's see. I got here in January. I started doing like bringer open mic shows probably 6 months later.
Is that because the acting was not working out?
No, it's just that I was doing these acting classes
Did
with
you think-
comics.
Would you think you were gonna be like a sexy actor?
No, like a SNL.
Gotcha.
And I thought it made perfect sense that I would do it like in a year.
Wow.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Did
I
they,
mean, that's how.
did they tell you SNL's in New York?
They didn't tell me.
Oh,
Okay,
so
so I
you,
didn't
you
know.
thought you could be on like fucking on a remote,
I was
do
like,
a live remote?
is
from-
SNL here?
They were like,
no,
uh-uh.
no, you're in the wrong city. I was like, oh, fuck.
Ah,
So I'll find another gig.
Yeah.
So no, but then I got in with the improv. It's like pretty early,
Mm-hmm.
and so I started emceeing a lot of weekends. You know, like doing that.
Getting some work.
Yeah. So here's the thing: once you like, it's funny, but like once you're getting like $50 to do something like that, you're like, this is what I should be putting my attention into.
Right.
So I would just focus on that.
What'd you do before that when you were like just working a regular job?
I worked as a logger here, logging reality footage, like transcribing.
I swear to God, I'm thinking he means fucking chopping down.
Honestly,
trees.
I did too. That's how out of the industry Jim and I are.
Yeah.
So what, you would listen to something
The
just
raw footage.
transcribing.
Yeah, the raw tapes.
Wow.
It's horrific. So I did like
just hours.
hours, and you would have to log things. They want everything logged. So if
So you have to go back and go, what was that again? I lost it.
there's a button, and it would go root, like an auto 6-second rewind. And if the guy went like, you know, like that, you would go, you know.
And they didn't have a voice recognition thing that could do it.
No, had to be all by hand.
And is that so they could create a database so that if they want to do a storyline on their
Yes.
reality show, we need a clip
Because they
of him?
manipulate. They call it Frankenbites, right? So the guy, you say like, I love Jim, I hate hamburgers, and they want to cut it, I hate Jim. You know?
They
So
actually will do that,
Wow.
right?
Yeah, they will do that.
So they need an I hate,
Right.
and they need an I
Franken
love,
clips.
and they need a Jim.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
So and there would be a way for them to almost Google search a document to see where
That's
it was
exactly
written.
right. They could
okay.
manipulate a storyline that way. Yeah.
That's amazing, though, that they would have you do it by hand. And what do they do if 3 people are talking at once?
Dude, I mean, you know, we had 6 people at a station transcribing 24 hours a day. So we would do day shift, night shift, overnights. Like it was real fucking.
Wow. Now they probably don't do that at all anymore.
I'm sure they don't, but I actually don't know. I've been so far out of it, but
they
it was-
might, depending on how reliable they want it to be, because voice recognition. I mean, you can see in like the whatever, when they do subtitles, like half the time the subtitles are off.
Well, maybe they have somebody, though. Maybe they do a voice transcription, and then they have somebody just watch it and listen and
Yeah.
then do corrections. That would be easier.
But those are different services too. You know, transcription
Right.
is internal by the production. Closed captioning
You're right.
is external, and subtitles is a totally separate thing.
Wow, that's amazing.
yeah.
So, did you ever get sick and tired of just watching it?
Oh my god, dude! And I did the first season Extreme Makeover.
Oh.
So we would have to do people get plastic surgery, raw camera footage.
Oh, so
of,
this is
like-
before the blurs or anything.
Yeah, and like just a dude getting a facelift, cutting the face open, jabbing fucking a metal, it's like a crowbar into their
Oh, my-
face, and you just have to watch it in case something happens or is said. You know, you'd have to just watch that whole tape.
So, how long into it would you be like? How would you like? You'd have to write Frank, Larry. Like, you have to write their names. There was a way to do a one.
I think there was like auto. Once you wrote somebody that could come up again, but it was brutal, man. It was brutal.
How many hours a day?
When it started, I think I was, I was probably doing 10-hour shifts or something
Oh
like that.
my
Wow.
fucking god! So you're sitting there just reading, writing this shit and listening for it, and you have to go back and keep listening if you couldn't catch it.
Yeah, go back and then write, and then you'd have like a supervisor be like, "You only went through like 3 tapes today. You really got to step it up," you know. And then
Wow.
I got that job. I
The
remember
supervisor
I
job?
was supervising the transcribers, and I remember I thought that was like fucking real job.
I've made it. Like, this
Yeah.
is what I'm going to do.
How many hours of transcription could you do a day?
I can't really remember actually.
In a 10-hour shift, could you do a 1-hour show?
Well, you would do a.
Because it'd be tapes,
It'd be
not the
tapes,
show.
yeah. So
you're right, yeah.
You're getting raw tapes. Obviously, what you would hope for were B-roll tapes, but you
Right.
couldn't really pick because, like, all of a sudden you'd pop in a tape and it would just be like shot of the beach, and it'd just be a running tape. So you'd be like shot of the beach, and like you just wait until the frame changed.
So you
and
can't
if it
fast.
stayed that way, you'd be like, "Oh, this is great."
You can't fast forward it, but you're allowed to just kind of zone out.
Yeah, you can zone out as long as it, you know.
You just sit there and
Uh-huh.
wow.
But then, like, if it was a heavily, heavy banter, dialogue of people arguing, talking, those would take. You'd have to keep going back.
Did you ever try to switch a tape, like when nobody was looking? If you put a tape in and see like all this talk,
Oh yeah, of course,
just put in another one.
Yeah.
Good B-roll tape. Did everyone want the B-roll?
of course. Yeah, that was considered a gem.
Isn't it funny? In every walk of life, every job, there are these little fucking things that people want that make their lives easier.
Yeah.
Like you would never think when you watch a reality show, some fucking guy had to transcribe this.
Yeah.
But the B-roll beach footage is the shit.
It's the shit. Yeah.
That's what they look for.
I remember PAing on a production out here where it was just, menial PA shit for people that listening don't know. It's like your production assistant, you do anything.
Right.
Pick that up, get that guy coffee,
Yeah.
drive that over here. So it's like being like a little workhorse on a
Right.
production. And I remember this guy who was much older was like, "Oh, so you're new?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right, I'll tell you a couple secrets." He's like, "What you do is you see this like rope here, these cables. See what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wind them up. I'll lay them over here, and then I'll pull them back out. I'll wind them up again. See what happens is it'll look like I'm doing something, and no one will ask me to do something." And he was like so serious,
Right.
He was trying to help me out. He was
Right.
like, "The key to this is to look like you're too busy to do real shit."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Keep yourself occupied.
yeah. I was like, "Thanks, man. Thanks
Yeah.
for like this guy was like." I was like, so now I know how to be a PA when I'm 60. Like, just fucking look like I'm doing stuff. Got
Yeah,
it.
but is that translated into your personal life? Like when your wife is taking care of the kid or something, and you have to like figure out how to you just pick up a shoe. And,
Everyone has their moments.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you want to be helpful and involved, but yeah, there are times when you're like, I'm kind of fucking doing something right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Looking at the phone, yeah.
Yeah.
just praying that she doesn't ask, "What are you doing?"
Well, It is kind of that thing where it's like you could be like just looking at big tits and you're like, I'm sending an email. I gotta get this worked out. If I don't get this flight, I'm gonna get fucked. Just like, all right.
I got to piss, dude, badly.
Okay, you want to take another break?
Right
Yeah, we
here.
get to break. Tom opened his mouth. You got
You, by the way, you're pissing on this trip.
it's crazy.
Completely out of control.
I piss a lot.
No, it's way more than in New
I've been
York.
drinking a lot of coffee here.
It's out of control.
I piss once an hour.
It's way more than once an hour.
The fact that it bothers you is what amuses me the most.
I mean, it's insane.
I do pee a lot.
We have not been on the air an hour since he last peed.
I pee a lot.
Tom
That
does.
much?
I have a good clean system. Everything
You
else.
literally.
I
like,
drink nothing but water and coffee.
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
So
I guess it gets out. But yeah, we get to the studio the other day. I don't remember if it was yesterday or what. And we're about to go on. He pisses when we get there. He comes to the studio. We're in the studio for 5 minutes. He's like, "All right, let me just piss before."
You know
we
why?
go on."
Because it's such a psychological thing. Like I feel like my bladder's never empty.
Yes.
Like I don't like being. I like fuck. I can't piss.
I have that thing too where since like I said, I do drink a lot of water and coffee. If I'm at the club, store or something, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna go home. I stop and I'm like, do I have to pee? Is it even a little bit?
Yeah.
Because I start to panic about being on the road and having to pee.
Just standing over the toilet, lightly touching my nipple to relax me, and then I
Yeah,
piss. It's
there you
it's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, how far away is your place from the
Store?
club?
No, it's like 25, 30 minutes.
I don't care if like your bladder is full to the brim. You can hold it for 25
You can,
But you don't
but
want
I'm
to.
like, I don't want to.
It's not comfy.
Yeah.
That's what happens. That's how you know you have a good life when you're just avoiding little discomforts.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't want to have to piss. I
Yeah.
want to piss now.
Yeah.
Those are my issues.
when you're gonna piss.
Yeah.
Well, Jim doesn't have that issue because he goes I'd say every 25 to 30
You know who else
minutes.
pisses a lot?
Who?
Ozzy Osbourne.
He's an older guy.
Certainly he is. So am
Yeah.
I.
How does he do it? How does he do his show?
Well, I've heard he will piss his pants, then just dump water on himself.
Jesus.
Smart.
And there's a little area for Ozzy, like when there's a drum solo, so he can piss there if he has to.
That'd be great if you could figure out a punchline in your act where you have to pour water all over yourself, and that way you could piss on yourself while
be
you're
so
while
great.
you're
I remember
performing.
being in high school and in football and having, the pants are like a whole procedure to put on and being out there and just being like, I'm just going to piss on myself.
And would you?
Yeah, I did it a couple times. And
When you were playing sports?
yeah, and like, high school football, but like
Because you stink afterwards anyway.
you do, but then usually someone will be like, come the fuck on, man.
They
Like
smell
somebody
the
would
piss.
notice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't care though?
Not I mean, when it was like, hey, it's, if it's right before halftime, you're like, I'm about to be in the locker room. But if it was like,
Right.
middle of the first quarter, you're like, I'm not fucking getting out of here.
That would
Right.
drive me crazy. What do guys do when they have to piss?
I know that in the NFL, like, obviously it's a whole different thing. A lot of times people will surround someone or they'll throw up the tent. They have those mobile tents,
Uh-huh.
and guys will even sometimes you think someone's getting an injury checkout and they're just taking a piss.
Really?
Wow. But they have to lift the cup. What a nightmare that must be.
Yeah, it
In
sucks.
between plays.
And also, like, that is a whole procedure. Those pants,
But then
They're
if
not
you
like
if you piss your pants in that, don't like everything's all packed in so tightly. Isn't there just piss like right on top of you?
I mean, it's just if you're playing.
Yeah,
It's one thing if you're not
training.
playing, but you're just like so covered in sweat.
that it's all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you think there's guys that will piss themselves in the NFL?
probably for sure. Yeah,
I would imagine.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's some guys out there just don't care.
There's some real savages, you know. Like some of those dudes are real crazy, real crazy.
They are, right?
Yeah.
I heard Larry Allen, Tyson Walter was a buddy of mine. He used to play for Dallas, and he said Larry Allen would just fucking spit tobacco on his fucking floor in his Mercedes.
I mean, those guys are crazy.
I hope
man.
that's
Awesome.
true.
I hope that's true too.
I do too. I love Larry Allen.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean NFL, like some of the guys who like really combat in violent sports, UFC guys,
Yeah.
NFL guys, they're not normal. You know?
No.
So some of them are pretty normal. Like I know a couple guys that, you know, you have to pull it out of them that they're fucking NFL guys. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're so down to earth. But a lot of them are. I mean, obviously there's your flamboyant, showy types. Some of them have like real warrior mentalities.
It's
and
just aggression all the time.
And they have
That's
a
why
higher,
they're so good.
higher level of discomfort. Like their level before discomfort makes them react is very high.
Yeah.
Because they're used to being injured.
Right.
So for me, discomfort would be having tinkle on my leg.
yeah.
But if you're, used to being kicked in the face, a little piss isn't going to kill you.
You see these guys fucking fingers pointing in every direction.
Yeah.
It's like,
They didn't even get them fixed.
no.
They
No.
don't care.
Yeah.
Hockey players.
Hockey.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Fucking 6 teeth left.
Yeah.
Do you think those
walk
guys ever
around
Their
piss on the
nose
ice?
is just smart.
Probably.
Oh yeah, 'cause
Probably.
hockey's even a bigger. Like I meant, like goalies. Goalies is a way bigger ordeal than football players.
You imagine,
Yeah.
imagine you put your thing on and the whistle goes. You're like, I have to piss. And it's the first quarter. Like, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, you fuck.
I bet goalies are shitting themselves out there
I know a kid in high school who shit in his pants
on the football team
on the football team. Yeah.
mid game.
Mid game.
Did he care?
He did not, but coaches flipped out.
Well,
It was,
he didn't care.
He was like, he did it, thought it was funny. But he also was like,
Crazy.
he was kind of crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And did he like? Could you see it? Like, are you wearing white?
I
pants
wasn't in
or-
that game,
Okay.
but he was like at the neighboring high. I knew a lot of people that knew him. Everyone would talk about he shit during the game and was like, piling on people.
Because he had
like,
shit in his
yeah,
pants.
and like just being crazy. And
That would bother me so much. Feeling you ever feel cool when after you shit your pants when it cools and you can feel it against your underpants? It's a terrible feeling.
No, I've never felt that.
You don't shit your pants?
Not since I was a very small child.
Is this SNL? You've never fucking shit your pants?
No. I mean, not since I was a little kid. No. When I was a kid, I guess. When was the last time you shit your pants?
Week ago.
Sure. As an adult, you should do it once in a while. Keeps you honest.
It does.
Oh, it's
Keeps
like
you
a,
grounded.
as like a hobby, like as a thing. Like, you know what? I haven't done this in a
Do it
while.
on the red eye.
Smart.
Shit your
Smart.
pants.
On the way home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you shit your pants before the flight for $1 million?
Yeah. Yes, I would.
$1 million.
$1 million. I mean, yeah.
Me too.
I wouldn't even really cash in a briefcase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sit in your own shit for 7 hours.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Me too.
What if it was like real mushy?
I'd
That's
prefer
my
that.
problem. You know what I mean? Like
Ew.
I have to deal with the fact that that's my
Oh,
diet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you take mushy shits?
I have, not regularly, not all the time.
What's your normal shit like?
Pretty.
A lot of cum in.
Yeah, you ever see like a frozen yogurt swirl?
Yeah.
That's
That's it?
kind of it. Yeah. No, it's pretty good considering my diet is not good.
What is your diet?
I eat a lot of I drink soda, I eat fast food,
Really?
yeah.
Very unhealthy.
Very
Are
unhealthy.
you gonna stop that?
No. You know, I'd like to say yes, but I don't think so.
You'll stop when you like physically start to break down.
Yeah, when it hurts.
Right. When a doctor is like, no. This isn't like, you better stop. Like, you're going to die. Then I'll be like, okay, I won't do that at all anymore. Like, it'll just be,
you
I'll
eat
just,
a lot of shit.
not literally, but
No,
yeah.
but yeah. But
Yeah.
You have a garbage diet.
Yeah, garbage diet. 100%.
I gotta piss. Can't wait.
He's been saying it for fucking. Let him
I
go.
know,
you're
I know,
right.
but we kept
You're right.
talking.
All right, we'll take a break. Tom Segura's
Any
hanging
gigs?
out.
Any gigs coming up?
Yeah, I just added Boise, Sacramento, Fresno, and Bakersfield. They all just went on sale.
And by the way, Tom Segura has some of the best flyers in the business. I keep seeing him pop up on social media.
Oh yeah, I have some good artists making
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
And so you can follow Tom Segura all across Twitter and Instagram and all that, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool, man.
And keep your eyes open. Chip Podcast live shows for Boston and Long Island, September 14th, 15th, go on sale this Monday morning.
Yes.
So I hope people come.
We'll be back.
I feel much better.
Good. You got
Much
it all
better.
out?
Yeah, I'll do.
Good.
You ever do it? We were hanging out with Tom Segura, of course. Do you ever do a double piss where you pee and then walk out? And you're like, "There's more in there," and
Oh,
you
yeah.
walk right back in.
Really?
Yeah.
Or what about you sit down, pee, dump, wipe, and then you're like, all right, all ready to go. And then you're like, oh, there's a whole second wave of pee here now.
Yeah, or a second wave of shit. I love that when you stand up and you can feel like what happened is it's like a house of cards in my colon. You've knocked out the one, and then the other half has come down.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like,
that's,
all right.
I forgot. We haven't done that in a while, but we were going through a period of time for a little bit where multiple guests that were coming in, Jim kept being late to come back to the show because he was having elongated shits.
I was shitting. I take a while to shit. Like I like a good. It's a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like I remember I think Judd Apatow came in
Yeah, I was shitting.
and I was like, yo, Jim's here. He's shitting, but he'll be
Yeah.
back.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
he was like, okay, you know.
It's really one of the pleasures, though, that you should enjoy in life. It's something that, it transcends all socioeconomic levels and,
right.
like, really enjoying your movement. I don't see what's wrong with that.
Isn't it crazy? People that shit quick. Like I'm amazed
Yes.
by people. Some guys walk in there and they walk out and like, I just dropped the deuce. Let's go. I'm like,
One
what?
of Christina's friends came over. And
Girl or guy?
Girl. And goes, you have, like, magazines in your bathroom. And we were like, yeah. She was like, why? We're like, to read while you shit.
Right.
And she was like, ugh. I'm like, that's the first time you've seen that?
Yeah.
And she was like, I guess I've never. She goes, what? So how long do you sit there? I'm like, depends.
Right.
She's like, I go, well, how long does it take you? She goes, I just sit and go. I mean, I could never read something.
Some people do.
Wow.
I have
Yeah.
a fucking Scrabble board in my bathroom. I like to really, I like to really extend it. I mean, those people are probably healthier though because they just sit, they
I'm
shit,
sure.
and they're done.
Oh, yeah.
Do you ever save something you're doing on your phone? Like you're on your phone, you're like, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to shit in like 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Let me not do this now.
Yes.
I'll save
When
it.
someone
I
asks for a photo of
also-
my dick, I said,
I get lost on social media. That's the bad thing about these phones, though, because you can, with that and with games, you can go to shit, pull up your phone,
Yeah.
be done shitting for a while.
and
You
you're
ever-
just sitting there hoping more duty comes, so you're not just sitting there on the toilet like a fucking idiot. It's
Right.
crazy.
Do you ever stand up and like all the blood is gone from your legs and feet?
I thought you were gonna say something.
Yeah.
I think you'd be like, oh, you
It's
see
all
this
in the
pool
bowl.
of blood from
Yeah.
your stomach cancer.
No, like you've been like leaning like this on
yeah.
your thighs.
Oh, yeah.
And so you stand up and
course.
like you can't even move your lower legs.
Oh yeah. I've collapsed.
You have.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
great feeling. I like a good thing to put my feet up on. I can't shit without my feet up
You
on.
like a squatty potty?
Yeah, I have to get one.
They're great.
They are
What do you do?
amazing.
What are you using now?
Nothing now, but I forgot when I moved. I haven't had one like a year. I got.
Oh, you used to have one.
I love
What
it.
about in your house? Do you have a bidet or a washlet?
It's broken. Bob Kelly taught me, those like heated seat toilets.
Yeah.
And it had a thing that would come out, and the thing's not working now, so I don't know who to call. Should I call a plumber?
Yeah, a plumber would be able to fix it.
Okay.
Yeah, I became upset. We rented a house that had one, and then we bought our house. It became like an immediate necessity. Once you have that in your
Yeah.
house, oh my God, the warm seat, and then that fucking little nozzle that comes out and shoots warm water into your asshole.
You know
It's
what?
amazing.
Yeah.
Economically, I don't feel like I'm there yet, but hopefully after this contract, I'll get serious to
Put it
actually-
in the contract.
Yeah, they gotta buy me a
That's not
toilet.
a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pavarotti had his own toilet lugged everywhere.
Yeah? Did he?
Fat ass. Yeah. He was such a big guy. He had to have his own toilet put in.
How would they like
They would just install the toilet. He's Pavarotti.
in every venue?
Yeah.
Yeah, or in his hotels.
In the hotels too?
He's Pavarotti.
Isn't
You
that
want
amazing?
Pavarotti? You put the fucking toilet in. How
Isn't
hard
it
is it?
amazing the levels of fame?
Yeah, I had no
Because
idea
like
there was that
we're
level.
way more famous than your average citizen.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like your average
Yeah.
citizen was like, I don't know, whatever. You guys are
Yeah.
famous. And then like when you have some level of fame and you start realizing how many levels there are to
Oh
it,
yeah.
and that at that level someone can be like, make sure you install a toilet when I come to town.
Right.
And like, cause like if I said that, they'd be like, are you insane? Like that's not
course,
happening.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd be walking. There'd be a picture of me with a hole in the mouth, and it's shit in this.
But for some people, they're just like, we'll concede to that. Absolutely.
They
Yeah,
also-
we're at the
he-
point where we can call the front desk and go like, "Could you bring up an extra pillow?" And they're like, "Yeah,
All right.
okay." Like,
We'll call housekeeping.
Yeah.
Right.
They might come by.
you're right.
He had a thing that would raise him up to the stick because he was so fat.
God.
He had something that like if he had to walk up a bunch of steps that would like lift him. Not a crane, but a like one of those.
Oh, like hydraulic
Yeah,
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
Bert has that. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Makes his life a little easier.
Oh, for sure.
I get it.
But your own toilet. I love that he had his own
God
toilet.
damn.
Or maybe it was just a seat. I don't know.
I know that the Queen, that's been a thing at least for a long time. The
What?
Queen of England, when she travels, she doesn't sit on anybody else's seat. They always.
Oh,
bring
like
a
they
seat.
put on a new toilet seat?
Yeah.
A
But
seat
like
or toilet?
a seat. So
So she's not Pavarotti level yet.
she's not. That's the Queen of England.
She brings a regular chair with her, you mean?
Yeah, I guess what happens is part of the the advance team that goes and sets things up for the Queen is like she's not sitting where you just sat
Right.
to take a shit.
Oh,
Right.
it's a
The
brand new
Queen.
toilet, yeah.
Yeah, so
Brand new toilet seat.
Yeah.
To screw on, you can unscrew the
Sure,
toilet
sure.
seat. Yeah.
So that's one of her perks.
You imagine
that-
how awful her shits must be?
Oh.
Just old lady ones, a lot of farting before. What a
probably
rotten
does.
dump.
She probably does pass a lot of gas.
Yeah, she probably takes liquidy tea shits.
So you gotta hope though, with the royal wedding, there is so much that goes into it that doesn't fall under the radar,
Yeah.
right? Because when they're sitting there like, oh, and now they got to worry about this Markle's dad, and how he can't go. They got to
He
make
can't
sure.
go.
No, you hear about he was selling
No.
pictures to paparazzi.
Yeah, he got caught.
What?
Of himself.
Really?
Like he was putting promo stuff in photos. Like he organized with the paparazzi to take photos of him hold it like with product placement, and he got paid like £100,000. And the royal family found out, and now he can't go to his daughter's wedding.
He said that he uninvited himself, and I tend to believe it. That he was like,
There's no way he uninvited
I don't want to
himself.
embarrass my daughter. I won't
Yeah.
go.
Wow.
But who knows? Maybe he'll go. I hope he goes.
I don't think he's
I can't
going.
believe I care.
Were they distant? I mean, were they estranged? Or
Oh no! I mean, he was already in England.
He has to go.
Is it coming up? I don't know.
It's
know.
on Saturday.
Oh, it is.
I didn't know.
It's on
either.
Saturday morning.
He's got.
You're not gonna watch?
Now I will.
Okay, good.
I think he should go.
But I mean, with everything, they're worried about the dress. They're worried about this. They're worried about that. They got all these people coming. It's happening in a palace, and they still have to have a guy there that's like. And I got the toilet seat.
Yeah.
I got the Queen's seat.
Right.
She
probably
has
has
an
a room-
emergency dump.
Does she have her own room she goes to? She must.
Should she have her own?
Like, is it like when she goes to the church?
Oh, like her own bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, do you think if she was stopping
Yeah.
by here right now, she'd be like, I got shit. She would.
I think AfterBuzz has an extra toilet seat
The
just
queen
in
seat.
case the Queen stops
Yeah.
by.
How great would it be if she clogged the bowl? She's so proper. She has to tell someone she clogged it. She took a big kielbasa shit. Had to have somebody come in and fucking clean
It
it.
really wouldn't surprise me if Kevin was like, no, and I do have an extra
queen
toilet
seat,
seat
yeah.
here just in case the Queen comes by. Because you don't know. You don't know. She may.
I didn't know that she had her own seat. Pavarotti was fat. I mean, there was a reason for
Yeah,
that.
no.
But,
He was a big
He's
guy?
a big motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
At
Yeah,
the
very
end,
fat.
especially. I watched some reality show he did where he was like training people,
Can you imagine being so famous you have to have hotels install your toilets,
and they'll do it.
but you still do a reality show?
Well, no, but it was, it was like America's Got Talent, but for opera singers. So he would have people come in, and he was like watching him understand the intricacies of what they were doing wrong. Like they sound like great singers to me, but he was talking in Italian, and you're like, holy fuck. Well, maybe it was English.
Was he able to find the next great opera star?
I don't remember. It's just like these clips from the '80s. It was before a lot of these shows.
Yeah.
But the fact that what fascinates me is people who understand something that I have no comprehension of, and they understand it so
It's a different
deeply.
language.
But singing
Italian.
opera is so like I would never know. But he was knowing the shape of the mouth has to be this, and you have to hold it. It was actually really interesting to watch.
Yeah.
You know a whole bunch about chess, right? You know technique.
I know it, but I can't employ it.
It's like you ever been around someone whose palate is so sophisticated, like a chef who, they take a bite of something and they're like, oh yeah, cinnamon, rosemary. You're like, what? Or like a
Right.
sommelier with wine. You're like they're so sharp in that one field that they can pick it up from scent.
It's
Yeah.
insane how they do. Did you see the documentary about sommeliers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that they're just like studying for years and
Dude,
years and years.
that shit is so crazy that they smell and then they go, okay, I'm sensing this is Spanish.
Right, they get the geographics.
This is northeastern region. And then they go to it's got to be one of these two vineyards. I think it's actually from this year. Sip it, swirl it, and they're like, it is this, and they'll know the exact wine, exactly what year it was, and from scent and taste. I mean, I don't understand how you even get
The
to
only
that.
wine documentary I'd ever watch is the one who was ripping everybody off. Did you see that one? The Asian guy who was like fucking bootlegging all this wine and it looked real. He was a master at making these bottles look like real wine bottles, but they were all a fucking bullshit. And he was
Wow.
selling. It was so great. Watch these assholes spending $90,000 for a bottle of wine. Shit.
Oh my
I
god.
loved it. But guys are like, yeah, these are my collection. They would have experts go in. People really take wine too seriously.
Really
Just
seriously.
Drink it.
I,
Shut up.
I get annoyed with all those documentaries of people taking things too seriously. Like I watched the barista documentary. Did you see that one? They it's again this thing where they train they train for years to pour cups of coffee.
No.
And to combine and so there's the little foam swirl on top and everything. And you go to this convention where it's like an annual convention of all the top baristas. And the climax of the movie is she's sitting there and she's pouring and a little bit spills out and everybody's like, oh. After all these years of training, a little bit spilled out of the top, and she's not going to be the top. And I'm just sitting there watching it and going even the top barista in the country is making $14 an hour.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
You're still just making a beverage that helps people shit. That's what your whole job is.
That's really what it is.
what are we doing?
No, it's I can't take it that seriously. Any of those things. I don't take what I do that seriously.
Right.
Sometimes you see I don't know, comics can take it so seriously.
Well, there haven't been enough documentaries on comedy. There should be
right.
more. I'd love to know more about the process.
I was actually.
Well, how do you write? Are you write on stage or are you a pen to paper guy?
This would actually make a great podcast. Have you guys ever thought of a comedian to a comedian just talking about the form?
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
Yeah.
that could be cool.
I think the documentary I'd like to do is we get a comedian I don't like, and we ask him his process, and then to show us, and then as he begins writing, you take a piece of metal and you break his fingers.
That would be the most popular podcast.
Oh, would that be awesome?
Yeah.
Because you have to keep tricking people into doing it.
Yeah.
This isn't the one where they break your fingers. No.
No.
But please start your favorite joke.
Right. Jim only does it to the people he doesn't like. He really likes you.
Yeah, he likes you a
wants
lot.
to just see you write the
He
joke.
would never break your fingers.
Yeah.
That piece of metal is from other episodes.
Okay, fine. All right.
Jesus.
I did see a video of a guy having his shins broken in a Brazilian jail.
What are you doing?
with a piece of metal. A bunch of prisoners, they had the guy's leg, they stretched it out, and they literally hit him 20 times with a piece of metal across his shin. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Do you
I
watch
don't wanna see
violent
that.
videos too?
Sometimes. I like watching personal, all right, so actually, one of the videos I'm most obsessed with, because I do like watching, I don't like watching people get hurt, I like watching people react to being hurt.
Right.
So, certain screams,
Yeah.
make me laugh.
Like the
I was
woman when
on-
she was stomping on the grapes, that old news clip when she fell and went, "Ooh, ow, ow."
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
oh." Yeah.
The
Exactly.
fat girl falling off the table.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You've seen that.
So yeah. So
amazing.
those are so actually I was on the old show as a guest with you, and you guys played this video that I have since played hundreds of times for all types of people, of this car backing up into a garage somewhere in Asia, and it backs into a guy.
Oh, God, yeah.
And he's like, "Ah!" And he lets out this hilarious scream that I just can't get enough of. And also, the way that people don't give a fuck, that come into frame. This dude just got hit by a car twice.
Doesn't matter.
And people lean and they're like, all right. And they just kind of walk away. You're like, dude, this guy just got hit by a fucking car.
Yeah, they don't care.
That shit really makes me laugh.
Right.
Okay. But I don't like watching, beheading things. I've seen shit like that. Or I really hate when you see an attack on the street and someone's head bounces off the concrete.
Yeah.
Right.
That shit I can't get into.
Those
But-
things do make you realize how mortal you are, though.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
that makes you realize how worth it is it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you see guys crushed under bus tires, you're like, you know what? I'm going to fucking look both ways because I've seen what that looks like. It's awful.
It's awful.
It's a real thing. It's not
Yeah.
like, oh, my mom told me when I was 6 to be careful. You're like, oh, no, I've seen what that looks like when a guy survives that. That's terrible.
It's terrible.
I'm going to look both ways.
I saw one recently where there's a fat guy on, it's like a double-decker tow truck, or one of those where, not tow, but when a transport truck that has cars.
They bring him to the
Yeah.
dealership
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
And he's on the top level. He's a big dude.
Is it moving?
Well, the truck is parked, but this
Okay.
car starts to roll off of it
Oh no.
to get out of the way. He just jumps from that. So that's probably, I don't know, 7 feet, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And he just hits the ground and he lets out a scream that is, I mean, you can feel it inside of you. He's like, ah!
He
And
broke his leg, right?
I think he broke his leg.
But he's gonna be fine.
he's gonna be fine. I laughed really hard at that, and my wife got really disturbed by it.
Did she get upset with you for laughing?
Yeah, she's like, what are you laughing at? She goes, he's in pain. I go, but I don't know him.
Right. They made a funny noise
Yeah,
when
it's
he
a
was
funny
in pain.
noise. Yeah.
It's a funny noise.
I'm laughing at the noise.
Funny noise just makes me laugh.
Yeah, I get that.
It also is way different, when like if it's you, I'd be like, oh shit, like Sam broke his leg or something.
Right.
When it's the internet, some
Random
nameless,
guy, yeah.
you're
Right.
just like,
No, I probably feel the same way. Oh, is Tom okay? Is Jim okay? But if I don't know them,
yeah, I'm just like,
what difference does it make?
Sure.
It is fun to watch somebody hurt themselves. You know they're gonna live, but that's a bitch.
yeah,
That watching somebody get
And they
injured.
feel stupid too because the guy made the decision to jump off a truck and then he hurt himself so badly. So part of it is I'm in so much pain, and another part of it is why did I just do that?
yeah.
You know, like I made a
Exactly.
bad decision. Also, maybe if I wasn't so heavy, I wouldn't have broken my leg on
Probably. If the guy moved at all, he might have been able to survive that.
impact. Right.
I mean, this dude does not do anything. He's one of those big bodies on twig legs. Like he doesn't lift. He doesn't do
No,
shit. He just
no.
boop, and it just broke.
Right.
He just laid there, right?
Oh yeah, he just looked up at the guy with the camera. And he was like, ah! Like just let out this crazy scream.
Work accidents always freak me out. Like a lot of them are in Asia, where a guy will get his hand caught in a machine, where farm equipment falls on you, or explosions, and they know you know what's going to come by the title of the video. And it's like, man, there's some fucking shit jobs out there.
Yeah.
Where every day you're at work doing things that could possibly rip a finger off.
Yeah.
Or if you have a wedding, I look at your wedding ring, and I've heard that people
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
can
serious.
rip your finger off with a wedding
Yes.
ring.
It's a serious thing.
If
like-
I worked in a warehouse or something, I
Yeah.
wouldn't wear it.
You ever see when people like a shelf falls on and kills a forklift driver?
Yeah.
Like there are some really hard jobs, just things that I don't want to do every day.
Oh my God, the world is full of those jobs, and I do feel like it's good every once in a while, because we get so caught up in our business with like shows, material, touring, specials, and all this stuff, and you can really get like obsessed and lost in it, and then you see somebody doing one of those fucking jobs, and if you'll have like the right frame of mind in that moment of the day where you're like, man, this is easy what I do.
it helps
Yeah.
you with gratitude to see somebody
Yes.
get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, because I'm not hurt.
I remember driving a forklift for this copper company, and the ramp it had a boom on the front. There was 20-foot copper tubes wrapped, and it was you'd pull on the back of flatbed trucks, and the ramp was broken. So the left side of the ramp was good, but the right side of the ramp dipped and like had rusted out. So literally, I was afraid every time I went up that I was going to back over the wrong end and then just fall off the dock and be paralyzed. And I'm like, I'm just glad I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just glad I don't have to worry about lining up my fucking forklift on the other end of on the outside end of a flatbed truck and possibly falling off.
Yeah.
And paralyzing myself.
Now you sit here and talk.
Right.
Yeah, I talk.
Yeah.
And just joke around and act like an asshole.
I worked at Smith & Hawken, which is a lawn furniture company. One time I scratched my arm with a hose pot, so I get it too.
Sure,
get
it
it, too.
could be
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bleeding. I had to wash it off and everything. There's a little scar on my arm.
That's no joke, dude.
Look, you can kind of see it?
Still got it?
I wish it was a little lower on the wrist.
Okay, I know I got it. It's right there.
You have tattoos?
I do.
What do you have?
I have a White Zombie logo here. Then I have Rob Zombie's autograph here.
You have an autograph tattoo
Then
on
I have
you?
Jack White's autograph here.
What? You have two autographs tattooed on you?
You should get Ozzy.
Yeah, you think so?
Would you get Ozzy?
I guess if you wanted me to, I guess I would.
I mean, what level of love do you have for these guys, though? I mean, are these guys like real heroes to you?
Yeah, I love them. Yeah, deeply.
Yeah.
Especially at a point in my life. I mean, right now.
Yeah.
But when I was in
Alright.
like high school, going into college,
You were.
high school was like I loved Rob Zombie
Mhm.
to the ends of the earth,
Mhm.
and then all throughout college, I loved Jack White to the ends of the earth. So
He's saving his other arm for Gary Glitter.
he's another great musician. Yeah.
What about John Cena?
I don't know if I would get John Cena.
Stone Cold?
I wouldn't say no to Stone Cold.
How
that's
about
for
The
sure.
Undertaker?
Yeah, I would probably get The Undertaker.
Vince?
See,
That's a no. Disrespect for the boss.
Vince McMahon is like a person, though.
Yes, he is.
Like Jack White, Rob Zombie are like
Characters,
musicians,
yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
Like The Undertaker is a character, so it's not like I'm professing love for this.
Would you ever do that?
No. Ozzy, maybe.
Really?
If Richard Pryor was alive. Guys, I'd have to love you so much. But
But you really love Ozzy.
I do. He's my favorite person alive. But at this point, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't.
It'd be too weird to ask him to sign. No, I'm not going to sign my fucking arm. I think I was an asshole.
Yeah, I think outside of my, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would get any more at this point because I'm.
I've signed a guy's ass. A guy
Did he get it
tattooed
tattooed
Yeah,
on?
he did. He showed me. He had good cheeks. But I was in Ohio and I've signed my name. A few Uncle Paul tattoo I've seen.
That's
Chip
bad.
tattoos. People sending Chip Chipperson tattoos.
I've seen a few. I I've signed a few with marker. They're like, I'm gonna go to a tattoo shop right now, and then they'll send you. I'm like, you got my name autographed on you, but then somebody just did a portrait of me on them.
Did that mean more?
Well, I just thought it was. My thought was just like, you can't possibly want that.
You shouldn't have
Yeah.
done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's gonna someday attack you with an axe.
Well, that's what
I mean, it's on his thigh. It's so crazy. It's huge.
I've never signed an arm or anything like that, but I would ask you and you too, because you've signed
Sure, I'll
body
sign
parts.
it.
Like, no, I'm not asking you to sign my arms.
Do you want us to autograph?
No, I know both. I don't need that.
Do you want my autograph tattooed on you? It'd be great for the show.
That would
If
be
you got
great.
How
my
would that
name
be
and I
good?
promised to do it and didn't do it,
We're gonna get each other.
How about this?
Yeah.
Jim signs his name on your arm,
Right.
It's marker, and you let me tattoo it.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I don't think we should.
that'd be a
great
great radio.
bit.
It'll be a great bit.
It would be a great bit, but it's something like even 6 months from now, I would explain it to somebody, and they'd go like, they wouldn't be laughing like, "Oh, that's a great bit." They'd be like, "What?
Just
Why-
get it off. Sully's getting his tattoos taken off
Sully
from
who?"
Godsmack, Sully Erna, so you can do that.
Yeah, he is.
Some of them, yeah, not
It's
all.
very
of them.
painful to get tattoos removed.
That's what he said.
Yeah, you gotta use laser beams.
But it's cool because it's kind of honoring your coworker. You know,
Is that cool? Do you have your coworker's name? Like, do you have Bert tattoo?
he's not my coworker.
That's true.
You use your peer. Or you both work in comedy.
Yeah, but we're not talking about peers. This is a guy you go to work with every day.
No,
Every
I guess
day.
you're right.
Well, better way to show solidarity is contract time comes up.
Show
Get my
it to
name.
Greenstein.
Get my name tattooed on your chest.
Make that part of the contract. Give me a bidet, and I will get Jim's name tattooed.
I think it's fair.
I would
Yeah.
love to have like the wackiest contract. Just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Do you, when you sign a person's arm or body part or
Or
whatever?
I sign a lot of autographs.
I'm sure you do. Do you? Is it implied that they're going to go get that tattooed on because people were like, "Oh, when
I encourage them to.
When Jack White signed your arm, did you tell him you were going to go get it tattooed?" And I was like, "No," but I figured, why else would he?
Yeah,
Why
after a
else would
certain
he
point,
sign
when
my
somebody
arm?
goes, "Hey, will you sign my body with this marker?"
Right.
If it's not a tit, like a tit thing is usually like
course.
its own little
If
thing.
it's a man,
But yeah, and he gives you a marker, he's probably getting it tattooed.
yeah, that's why. So that's why I said I've never actually said I'm going to go do this. But
Do you have any?
No, I don't have any.
Me neither.
yeah, I think you get to a certain
age, yeah.
age where it doesn't really make sense to start, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless I could see myself. I'm 39 in a few years, just being like, all right, ready for my midlife crisis.
Just getting something, just getting
Doing
your
sleeves,
whole fucking dragon on your back.
Whole new look.
I'm
Like,
gonna
yeah.
get a tramp stamp.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
That's
barbed
cool.
wire on my arm.
There you go, barbed wire. Yeah.
Are you just gonna remake all of Pamela Anderson's tattoos?
That would be funny.
Wouldn't that be amazing if Jim had all of Pamela Anderson's tattoos?
Yeah.
You should.
Steve-O does that, I think, for Angelina Jolie.
He does. Yes.
I wonder how many tattoo artists right now would, if you went in there and go, hey, I wanted to get barbed wire on my arm, would just be like, yeah, I'm sorry, you have to find somebody else to
Yeah.
do something like that.
Or if, like I was thinking about getting something like tribal,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
on
yeah.
my arm.
And then like a Celtic warrior kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, I won't do it. No.
Can you write fearless in Chinese?
And they're like, and you're like, $1,000, like $10,000.
There
I'm
are
not
some
doing
real
that.
hacky tattoos, aren't there?
Oh my God.
Is
That's-
tribal
I
stuff
think-
popular still?
Not as much
Unless you're a
anymore.
fucking Maori or a
Yeah,
Samoan.
sure.
Well,
That's
no, I don't
different,
mean like
but-
Samoan tribal. I mean like getting like tribal bands and stuff.
Yeah,
done.
I mean barbed wire. I feel like that has to be top of the list. Awful. That's got to be. That's like the guy that gets his Gold's Gym membership and is like, I'm ready to show these off. I'm getting fucking barbed wire. It means I'm not to be fucked with.
Right.
Pam oh yeah, I've got barbed wire on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This doesn't bother me.
My edges are sharp.
So
Yeah.
Pam Anderson has that. But
She
But
does.
again, she's had it for years.
Yeah.
She's had it for a long time.
She probably was somebody who took it to, new heights, right? Like,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I almost got my buddy. I went to his bachelor party, and he was in the city, and they were in like the village and stuff, and he was all fucked up, but he was drinking Blacktooth Grins. I think those are what the drink was, and he was like obsessed with it all night. It's all he was talking about. And we walked by a tattoo place, and I was like, dude, you need to get a Blacktooth Grin tattoo. He was like, I'll fucking do it right now. And I was like, yes,
You
let's
encourage
do it.
him.
Absolutely. He's a school teacher. I was like, yes, 100%. You need to get it on your arm. You need to walk into your wedding day like this. Like, you're the
Where
man.
did he get it?
We went in and the tattoo place would not do it.
It wouldn't
Because
do
he
it.
was so
No.
drunk.
Yeah, because he was drunk and because it was clearly a bad idea. But that's to say there are these.
Would you laugh at him though if he had had that on his wedding?
It would be my favorite thing in the world. I would invite him over all the time just to look at it. I would think it'd be the best.
If it's your friend, there's nothing better.
Right.
There's nothing better than a
Like,
good friend who's
I was-
hating themselves.
I was prepared
It's
to
like-
get one so that he would get one because
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't care. Like, what difference does it make? I got autographs on my arm. Who cares at this point? But for him, he's like just a normal guy and a school teacher. He's got like a wife and a kid. Like that.
Didn't it hurt your tattoos?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not like horrible.
I don't like pain.
But
What would you need to get my name tattooed on you?
Like an autograph?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what do you got to offer?
For you to be dead.
All right, somebody take his hand.
Yeah.
I mean, it would depend on what was on the table.
How many contracts coming up? Just give me a number.
You want to pay me to get it done?
Right.
I mean, I would do it easily for 25 grand.
25 grand?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's there forever, man.
What size are we talking?
Same size as these.
Same size?
I'd have to get it not on this arm though. That'd be
to
just,
not pollute that arm?
Yeah, I'd probably get it on the other arm.
How about 25 grand, but you got to get me and Tom. I'll chip in 12.5.
For both of you?
Yeah, not bigger, but just on your arm. 12.5 a piece.
You're much worse. I got to tell you the truth.
Why?
Because I know, like, I really like you. I go to work with you every day. You're there's nothing about you that's not just a guy to me, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I guess I've known Tom. You would be worse because I see you every day. Like Tom, at least I don't see every day, so it
Well,
wouldn't.
so what? You let everybody know you're starstruck.
And you, every guest we would have in studio would ask that I show them your autograph.
I would just say that my co-host looks up to me.
Yeah, and I would believe it.
12.5.
No, I wouldn't do both for 25.
All right.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, man.
No.
25,000.
Yeah, I know, but I'm offering you a lot. I'm offering you a piece of my body forever.
That's true.
Your entire
know?
body's not worth 25,000.
I would say I would do the 25 on the condition that it's a little bit larger than the other two,
Okay.
and that
It's on your neck.
also
Can I get it?
I want Jim and Mary Jane's name underneath it.
I'm
as
not
well.
doing that for 25. That's crazy.
Why?
No, I would need way more than 25 for all those names.
It's a lot of money, man.
No, I know, but it's a lot of names. I'm having to sit. And by the way, what it also is that money that you're giving me is the tattoo budget coming from that? Meaning I have to pay the guy who does it.
No, that's separate.
You
That's
take care of that.
Sure. How much to get my name in red?
Why would you want it in red?
Just so it jumps out off your body.
Yeah. But I also want a phrase underneath my name.
Yeah.
What would you want the phrase to be?
I want it to be like, is the #1 best my favorite comic? Ha 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 ha.
Can I get that on my back?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Sure.
because that's too much for the arm. That would look stupid.
How much to get on your back? The words "come here" and an arrow pointed at your hiney.
How are you spelling cum?
C-U-M.
No.
I like your shoes.
Oh, thanks, man.
What are those?
Those are Adidas Pure Boosts.
Those
I
are
tried
cool.
to tell you to get the
I
Adidas
know,
Boosts.
They're nice.
They're the most fucking comfortable shoes I've ever worn.
Jim's been struggling.
My shoes are cool.
They're really horrible. I've been trying to get Jim.
What are those?
New Balance. Everyone's been poking fun at my old
You
man
look
shoes.
like a single dad that's just trying to get by.
I
Are they bad shoes?
Those are not good.
last time
And
we
not
were,
that New Balance are all bad. Those aren't great.
last time we there are cool New Balances.
There are,
Last time we were here,
but he skipped over those.
I thought these were cool.
Jim was invited to Maria Menounos' celebrity house party with all these famous people there.
Yeah.
He wore those.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Well, he's,
I've worn these to Ozzy's house.
They look horrible.
He
And
didn't
now
care.
you're leaving right after the show, right?
Yep.
I was supposed to take you sneaker shopping while we were here.
We'll do it back in New York.
Damn. Oh, you got good.
Do it back in
Yeah.
the Big Apple. Me, you, and Troy.
Okay.
I want to go.
Are you gonna point out some cool shit to him?
Yeah.
I would get those. Those Adidas are nice.
Yeah.
Get him
They're
some
black.
Of these,
I want.
man.
That's what I want. Black shoes. So you don't. You can wear them with anything. That nobody notices them.
Yeah, yeah.
But mine they notice because they're awful. But those are cool. What color socks?
These are black socks.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely find some cool shit.
I have
for him.
ankle high socks.
Yeah.
I have a latent homosexual.
He
sock.
liked the. I was wearing some Air Max 90s the other day.
Yeah.
He liked those.
All right.
That's the first time Jim has been like, okay, I like those, and they make those in black.
I'd get. I just want black shoes.
Dude, give him some what are the Dunk Lows?
Yeah. Yeah. He worries he's got wide feet.
The Pure Boosts, dude. They're so comfortable.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Well,
They're,
Tom
like,
probably
the
has
most
wide feet. You're a
comfortable.
wide man.
Yeah. These are
What size? 9.
10.5.
Yeah.
Jim wants to go on the Complex show sneaker shopping.
Yeah.
You know, but
I
he
tried to go on.
Did you?
Yeah.
They wouldn't take you.
I didn't hear back.
Oh,
They
'cause
put me on something else.
What'd they put you on?
I don't fucking know.
I mean, the one that gives you free shoes.
No.
But then that's not the right one.
No,
is
I
it?
know.
Right?
No.
Yeah, Jim wants to go on that, but he wants to try on every pair and like make sure he gets the one for the wide foot.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
you know.
Put my orthotics in it.
Yeah.
Right, right. Can I put an insert into this one? And
Yeah.
actually just go shoe shopping.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And make it like a real drag.
You don't think the people who watch that would enjoy my episode?
I don't think so. We got to wrap up.
This was fun, man.
This was really fun. Tom, I'm
Always good
glad
to see you guys. Thanks for having
I'm
me.
glad you came by. You can follow Tom Segura at Tom Segura on Twitter and Instagram.
Segura Tom on Instagram.
Segura Tom on
There's
Instagram.
A now 17 or 18-year-old British boy who took Tom Segura.
Okay, so don't follow that asshole.
Yeah.
And you can get all of his dates there. If he pays enough money, I'll get his dates tattooed onto my forearm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How about just the website then?
Because that way when your dates change, I'm still up to date.
Yeah. So tomsegura.com/tour.
You would want slash tour in there.
Yeah.
Well, we could talk about it. I mean, again, now you're talking about advertising.
That is pure advertising.
So that's more money.
Yeah, but the only person that sees it is your wife, though. So it's not like
If it's on my forearm, everybody's going to see it. I roll up my sleeves like a motherfucker.
and people are going to ask, what's on your forum? And you'll be like,
This is
tomsegura.com.
TomSegura.com/tour. He's actually really funny, so check him out.
I love how stupid that is because it would be constant.
Right.
And like there'd be like you'd have people walking by the studio, guests in who'd be like, "What is that?" Musicians, artists, fucking.
TomSegura.com/tour.
Plus
Yeah,
tour.
It's a
He's
a comic. He's out in LA, but he does a show sometimes.
They're like,
/tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to have the /tour.
yeah.
And then what would be great is if you changed it. Like you just changed your website just to spite me /tour dates.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, it's not that anymore.
Well, this will get you a 440 message now, but
yeah.